Hello, welcome to my ITSL game versus Guangheng Wu. I will be playing as the USA, and well, I will do my best to be at my best. Okay, what do we have here? An inconvenient Asia scoring and an inconvenient socialist government's events, but it's manageable. NATO is good. Containment looks like a fine headline, probably. Yeah. And capture Nazi scientists in that case will probably be played for ops. I guess. Yeah, so Asia headline is too risky, so the choice is basically between containment and capture Nazi scientists. I think containment is a better one. Another question is whether do I want to go for 4 points in Italy and 0 France, or do I want to enter France? I have socialists, so entering France doesn't seem to be a bad idea. I could also try going for 3-3. I think I will go for France. Alright, so of course I will try to do as good in Asia as I can with this hand. Okay, Nasser doesn't disrupt that goal. Um, my hold card will probably be socialist governments because I don't want to waste time on spacing enemy events while yeah, of course, while I'm using the containment. That, however, makes things difficult. So, firstly, he didn't even try to go for Italy, despite it not being overprotected. So if I now cool Libya, I will secure my Italy domination, my Italy control, for now at least. Um, it would be advisable to go out of Iran though, especially into Pakistan, to not lose it, and it's crucial to not lose it because I have Asia in my hand. Mm-hmm. Capturing West Germany will also be advisable. Oh, okay. Uh, let's just spread like that. Yeah. Alright. Uh, that's understandable. So, the thing is that if I capture India, I have temporary Asia domination. However, the DEFCON is super high, and it's entirely possible for him to coup Pakistan. However, since DEFCON is at 5 and not at 4, if he coups Pakistan and succeeds, I will have a chance to coup it back. And if we go into a coup war in Pakistan, Thailand will be basically free. So I think I may try to just grab India with Olympic Games and try to go for Asia domination. It's not something you will often do as USA. Oh my god. But well, there's a chance that it may work. However, since he has another 4-up, that may be difficult. So now I think I will focus on securing Italy, and I will do that by crewing Libya with special relationship or with captured Nazi scientists. Let's go for special. That's another unlucky roll. I mean, unlucky occurrence. I'm afraid I won't be able to. Well, I don't know. I think he will try to coup Pakistan now, and if he succeeds, I can't do anything about him stopping my domination in Asia. The good thing is that I will probably be able to stop his domination, so it's not that bad, I guess. But if he succeeds in Pakistan, it will still be terrible. Unless he has other plans, maybe he won't coup Pakistan at all, and then, well, I guess I will have to coup Libya again with captured Nazi scientists. So, my to enable myself to enter Thailand, because of course Thailand is crucial right now, but I can't really go in there since Defcon is at 4. Okay, he ignores that, so let's call it once more and roll a1 once more. That's annoying. I suppose he will coup Iran now, because he still has to get his MILOPS, and, well, queuing Iran is a default decent option for USSR. There is of course the possibility that he has decall as well, which would really make things difficult for me in Asia. But, well, I hope that's not the case. Whatever he does, he can't really fight me for Thailand. He can take it by force with Comic-Con anyway. However, in theory, if he has decall, he can enter Thailand with it, force me to spend 4 ops from Comic-Con to take Thailand with overprotection, and then, well, that doesn't happen, so it doesn't really matter. Really. Cool. So, yeah. He also gets Panama, I guess. Alright. So Thailand is a must. West Germany is probably important. Pakistan will save me from taking it over with China. The problem, of course, remains any decall attempt to steal Thailand from me. However, I feel like if he had decall, he would have used it now. Unless he really wanted to get that Panama coup. But no, I don't believe that. I think he can't really have decall. So I will not overprotect Thailand for now. Or it sucks. It sucks if he gets either Vietnam revolts or decall or even distal. Maybe not distal, but decall or Vietnam revolts during next turn. But if I just grab Thailand with overprotection and don't overprotect Pakistan, you can just grab Pakistan with China. That's very bad as well. And I really want to go into West Germany. Unless I just don't. No, I think I have to do it this way. If he doesn't have any creative events, he can't really stop my Asia domination, unless he's really desperate and wants to like take Japan with China or double break Pakistan or something like that. That's probably not gonna happen. Wow, you got that too? Cool. Um, okay, at least he let me score Asia. Okay, let's say that hand is red as fuck. It's not really good. And I basically have to headline Marshall, I guess. Uh, I don't see Europe and I don't see 5-year plan, which is also very worrying. There's a high chance he may just have it and discard it with 5-year plan. I also don't see Deagle, so he might have drawn it. I don't have any good headlines. Mm, well, I guess Marshall Plan is not the worst, considering the fact that I will probably have to play at least one of the red Europe events, so overprotecting everything there is not necessarily terrible, even though a playable Europe is always good to have. Well, I guess I can't afford that luxury. Of course, he got Vietnam revolts as well, so I guess Thailand goes to him. Well, the good thing about it is that if he decides to take Thailand from me, at least he allows me to coup something. So I guess that may mean me getting access to Venezuela or taking Angola back. I don't really have good. Well, in theory, I could coup with East European unrest, so that wouldn't be terrible. Taking Venezuela from him would be probably a bigger swing of VPs than taking Angola from him. But I'm not sure if I can afford to do that. My hand is too weak, too red for that. Well, unless of course he decides to coup Iran, then there's nothing to speak about. I'm nearly guaranteed to get Algeria. So taking Angola from him is not as big of a priority as it might have been. So I think I have to go for Venezuela if he takes Thailand. I think I have to use East European unrest to try getting Venezuela. Try to get Venezuela. I really hope he just coups Iran though. And fails, hopefully, but the perfect card actually to see now would be the CIA. If he drew the CIA, then it's a really good sign for me. Then I could both get Angola and probably get Angola unless I roll a 1, which is, well, the only thing I have been rolling so far. But if I manage to roll anything different than 1 with the CIA, then it's defended. Okay, he goes for Iran. So I guess Thailand is safe now. Yeah. Yeah, not much to think about, I guess. I'm taking Angola for sure. Not Angola, I'm overprotecting Thailand, that's what I wanted to say. I'm taking Lebanon and I'm taking Algeria. I mean, I'm entering Algeria. So I want to go to Saharan states to earn some MILOPs this turn, or at least get Nigeria if he doesn't want me to get MILOPs. And of course I want to be able to play the goal for Ops, to play 1 into Algeria and take it then, and 2 into France, so it doesn't break after the goal resolves its event. So that's an important op to put there. Yuan. US Japan, let me guess. Of course. Okay, he just spreads. Yeah, that's reasonable. It doesn't tell me anything about his hand though. Alright, let's space something. Suez Crisis is the hardest card to counter in my hand, so I will just go for it. He got duck and cover. Sure. Alright. Let's... I will wait with the goal for as long as I can. Okay, I will probably give him Korean War anyway. Or I will wait with Korean War as well. Okay, so I don't think I will be... I think I will give him Fidel anyway this turn. So I will just immediately enter Saharan states and see what he does with that. I'm also going to give him the Korean War, but I can wait with it. So now he's in this situation where he thinks he'll axe 1 DP at least. He doesn't know about my Korean War. So... Oh, he knows it anyway. Okay. Yeah. So I can now just grab Nigeria, I guess. And let's enter Mexico. Blockade is gone, so I will be able to hold socialist governments so they don't come back. Really? You had Europe? Cool. So yeah, I'm not getting Europe scored either. Okay, so that is what I will have to do until the end of turn to get my Asia domination. I can start by taking Mexico and Malaysia. And my last play will just be playing the goal to France, so I remain with Europe and Asia dominations. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, this is a really tricky situation. Okay, let's think for a minute. He knows for a fact that I have defectors, and he knows that I know that he has decolonization. So I suspect he may try headlining the CIA. I'm not going for defectors then, because I know the cards I know are CIA, Truman, Independent, and Decolonization. And there is no way he headlines Decol out of those. I managed to hold socialists, so the only card that could disrupt my Europe domination is Suez, which we would have to redraw. So I don't think I care about that. I think I will just headline Europe scoring and hope that he didn't redraw exactly Suez Crisis, because Diggle is out of the game. And if he manages, well, if he actually headlines the CIA, as I predict he may want to do, unless he's scared of duck and cover, of course. Um, if he does that, I'm fine. He goes for Truman, which is a similar choice. And I will get my Europe domination finally. Only once, unfortunately, in the early war, but that happens. And now the question is, does he resolve the CIA event? I think he will. Well, it's really significant now, but I don't think he wants to risk staying with the CIA until the mid-war, where I get some more tools to harass and threaten him with the DEFCON win. I think he will give me the CIA. The alternative is, of course, crewing Nigeria with independent rights, which is, well, also a juicy move from his perspective. So that would not be an obvious mistake if he did that. He also knows about my Arab-Israeli war, so he knows that he probably will be granted his MILOPs whether he, yeah, whether he decides to uh, let me go or not. That doesn't matter though. Alright, so now I think I'm in a situation where I should start realigning. First thing is I have to realign him out of Nigeria. Second thing is I have to realign him out of Cuba. And after that, there is still a Panama realignment left as a, well, not even secondary, but a third target to hit. So I think I will just go for NATO realignments now, because I have a lot to realign. Okay. Okay. That didn't work especially well, but it went decently. Now he has to choose again between letting me take Nigeria and giving me Milops. However, it's not as it's not as hard for him now because he knows I have in the Pakistani war. So in theory, I can still spend the turn to get Milops. I think that's a mistake on his part. Now what he's doing. Because, as I said, I have in the Pakistani war he knows of. So now I can just play the game as usually, uh, starting with placing two ops in Nigeria because I'm expecting him to play decal soon, and I know for a fact he'll place at least one influence in Nigeria. And I can spend a turn to get my Milops from Indo-Pakistan war event. That's probably the plan. Yeah, decal is played. He chooses obvious and, well, obviously correct countries. He could, of course, consider putting one into Algeria instead of South Africa, but it's obviously not a mistake on his part. And I will just repair some of the damage done with Warsaw Pact. It's of course a tragedy that he got both the D cards, but at least he got decal only during the third turn, so at least he gets to use it only once in the early war. So That's something to smile about. Okay, he just takes that. It's perfectly fair. Let's get mid-ups now. It's also good that I got the Indo-Pakistani war, so he doesn't get to mess with my Asia domination. At least not in this way, which is not really reliable, but it hurts like hell if it succeeds. He got that again, so CIA is no longer a threat, I guess. Sure thing, buddy. Okay, so I will probably... Okay, let's space Arab-Israeli war, since as the USA being ahead on the space track is a cool asset to have. He gets NORAD again, so he spaces it again, and now I can space socialists and keep my defectors to threaten him. At least the space track seems to be working in my favor. Alright, what do we have here? We have grain sales to Soviets, so let's headline that relatively quickly. I hope he will headline something worthless or at least not very threatening, so because he's scared of defectors. Holding defectors in my hand, especially when he knows about them, is an asset itself. So if I manage to hold them for an even longer period of time, I will gladly do that. And he goes for the lone gunman, which is a strong headline. Jesus Christ, keep that, I don't want that. Oh my god, but he... No, I don't care. I can play around. Him having Asia and fire plan. Okay, so he has Asia. And gunman, as I was saying, is a strong headline, but it's very good for me that it's going to be gone from the game. Let's go for Zaire and succeed. That's good. He knows about my Central America scoring now, so I suspect he'll do something like crewing Saharan states with lone gunmen and then putting one influence in Nicaragua, one influence in Haiti, and well, I guess that's all when it comes to me fighting for Central America, because I'm never going to win that fight. If he does that, of course. Maybe he doesn't. Oh, I didn't think about that. That's my mistake. That's wholly my mistake. Okay. I mean, okay, I actually don't know if it's my mistake. Maybe I played correctly, but that's not something I even took into consideration, and I definitely should have. That's my bad that I didn't think about that. I forgot that he can just take Afghanistan. God damn it. Oh, that's why it would be so cool if I could take Philippines then, when I put 2 influence into Nigeria, but well, I didn't have enough ops to fight against the decal power. Yeah. Okay, sure. Let's focus on the game. So now the main question remains, do I just drop Central America for -2 VPs and forget about it? Or do I go for Hail Mary realignments in Cuba and try to fight for every VP there? The second one is a greedy approach, and I don't think it's really what I need now. However, do I even have the ops? I probably do. Well, I don't have the turns to do that. I want to place out for an event for sure. And then I will have to do something after I sold, and I want to space probably Willy Brandt and Will Berry, and I want to space twice. So I will probably just drop Central America for -2, because it's not that big of a deal. And then I will play the rest of my turn. The thing that he, the fact that he knows about my Central America scoring thanks to Lone Gunman headline is kind of pushing me in the direction of just dropping Central for -2 and living with it. So now I have what, 6 turns left, right? Yeah. So I will want to spend 2 of those to spend Willy and Will Bury You, 1 of those to headline Soul, 1 of those to coup Angola, or maybe Nigeria, but probably Angola, and then I will have 2 left to respond to whatever he does. That seems reasonable. And I know that I will be able to space twice if circumstances allow me, because one small step is in my hand. Oh, but ironically enough, captured Nazi scientists are still in the game during turn 4, so he may have them, and in that case, he may stop my double space, which is funny, that doesn't happen very often. Hmm. He's thinking about it, about something, and the thing that I think is obviously something he should do this turn is going Saharan states. But, well, maybe it's not that obvious to him because he knows that I don't have African scoring, so he kind of doesn't care to do it about doing it early. He knows he has time, so maybe he's analyzing the correct order of his plays. And also, this Lone Gunman headline. Whoa, alright. I was just going to. Well, okay. I was going to say that his Lone Gunman headline kind of suggests that mm, his hand is pretty blue. But it doesn't have to be the case. Firstly, because he can have strong red cards that aren't good headlines, like Muslim Revolution in this case, or Flower Power or something like that. And secondly, because he knows I have defectors, so he was probably taking into account the fact that I have defectors, and he doesn't care if I defect his low gunman. Okay, let's go for my double space attempt now. The space track is still in my favor, which is, well, it's it's a dangerous game to play as the USSR, but it's a perfectly fine game to play as the USA. So, whoa, he actually had it, but he did that too late, and I still get to space twice. Unfortunately, I fail finally. That's unfortunate, but it's fine. Oh my god! And now, after I see his headline, my defectors, which I managed to hold, are even better. That's good. Alright, what do I want? Graces to Soviets are kind of the obvious choice here, and I don't think there will be any better one. So I will just grab them and probably hold them and defectors and choose the headline out of those 2 cards depending on the circumstances. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. Yeah, the other choice was NATO, which is pretty boring and doesn't grant me that much tempo, and is very. Well, I don't care about Kennedy now, come on. And it is very vulnerable to missile and I was about to say. Okay, I guess you have. The incident is not a bad card to have in my case now. So I think I will just go for one small step, discard, and see what I get. Nuclear subs, that sucks as well, to be fair, but ironically the best thing about getting nuclear subs, yeah sure, about getting nuclear subs now is that I know that he doesn't get them, so he can't really like disappear this event from the game uh, for free. Because I'm probably going, yeah, I'm going to play them for ops this turn. That's that's probably all. I think I will enter Botswana now because after Salt, going Botswana is statistically speaking, it's not a really good thing to do. So if he allows me, yeah, that's a really good play by him. By the way, it's a really smart thing he did because now if I went into Botswana, he would be in a big trouble. I think South Africa. And South Africa may be kind of crucial now. Alright. Alright, I guess let's take Philippines and Cameroon. Philippines because Southeast Asia is still to be scored, and in long term it may be a game changer in Asia. Oh, that's very annoying. And Cameroon to threaten Nigeria realignments, but I guess after that it's not longer relevant. Do I want to triple overprotect it? I think I do actually. I think I do. Normally, I would also consider overprotecting Asia. I mean Italy against socialist governments, but they are gone. Uh, I don't think it. I don't have anything to do elsewhere. Central is scored. Europe is scored. Middle East is hopeless. Yeah, I guess I can just overprotect Angola. So if I am forced to headline defectors, then uh, he doesn't get to take Angola so easily. And like, come on, an additional US influence in Angola is like never a bad thing. Yeah, for example, when I get Portuguese Empire crumbles into my hand and I can't space it because I'm too far in the space track, just after I said that it's not a problem when you are a US player. Sure. That hand is pretty bad, but kind of depends on what I get with grain sales, and it kind of depends. Well, it's bad, but it could have been worse, so maybe it's not a big of a deal if he got a bad hand as well. But I kind of doubt it. There are a lot of good cards in the deck. Also, a lot of scorings left, so there's a good chance that he has several of them. There are 4 left. He knows I have defectors and he knows I have grain sales, so he's kind of stuck between headlining something juicy to deny me the grain sales headline and then he can go Angola. And between headlining something shitty so my defectors don't get any value for defecting that. And he knows I know his headline, so good luck to him, I guess. There's always the missile envy headline, which is kind of a roller coaster, but I guess it doesn't hurt me that much this time because nuclear test ban counters it decently. You may also headline something like Brezhnev, which is hard for me to judge how good that card is, because I would have to know his hand to count the ops he's getting from it. Cuban Missile Crisis. Okay. I guess I'm fine with that. Alright, I will just go for grain sales to Soviets anyway. So now no one coups. Puppet governments. Okay, that's a good opportunity to do this. So now, of course, he has to choose between Chile and Cuba. And I don't think he can choose Chile. So I think if he has a3-4 to play, and well, looking at this game so far, he probably does. I think he should go for something like 2 points to Chile and 2 points to Ivory Coast to deny me a good secondary target, which is Nigeria at the moment. And then he just lets me to realign Cuba, and he's fine. Of course, he has it, and he will do what I exactly said he will do, and now I can just take Cuba and nothing more. And I guess that's a correct play by him, because, well, Central America is already scored, so it's not as big of a deal to let me get Cuba. And I still have to hit some realignments to get it, and I don't have good cards to realign with. Unless I want to use how I learned. Well, the question is, isn't it worth it to give him Liberation Theology when I can hold defectors even longer? Because defectors are a huge card now. So I'm considering holding everything to just get defectors. I mean, to hold defectors and play everything, including Liberation Theology and Portuguese Empire crumbles and whatever you have. So I guess that's the plan now. And how I learned could possibly be a good event, especially after he headlined Cuban Missile Crisis. But I don't have a playable tool other than that. So if I'm holding defectors, and I can't really afford realigning with nuclear test ban. So I guess I'm just going with it, and I will cruise something at some point anyway, I guess. Okay, that worked. I guess Panama is my second target. Doesn't work. Sure. Now I suspect he will coup Nicaragua or Haiti, yeah, to immediately threaten. Whoa, he goes for Cameroon. Yeah, sure, that makes sense, especially because Africa is not scarred and uh, Central is. I think it may be a good time to get rid of my influence in West Germany. It would be better if I could get rid of my Turkey influence, but I don't have the time to waste. Unfortunately, my role is not enough anyway, so if he has African scoring, he can drop it now for free. Sure. At least I get to repair West Germany now. So I guess I can go for West Germany. If he has blockade, I'm gonna cry, but I don't have a good card to discard to it. It's just so bad. Yeah, if he has blockade, then fuck me, I guess. It's happens. Sucks. But what am I gonna do? So let's take that for presents, let's go for Cuba. Because I have to prepare for Liberation Theology that I'm going to play. this turn. I really hope he doesn't have blockade. Alliance for Progress, okay. That's a free card for him. It's really good for him. Yeah. Sure, let's just take Cuba. Or maybe let's start with Sadat. Because if he's taking countries in the Middle East, he may have it, and it may be reasonable to take away his Egypt. Yeah, or he may be doing that to boost his OPEC, so that's another reason. Here we go. Okay, let's take Egypt because it's still valuable since Middle East is not scored, and let's overprotect Angola. I still have to get 1 BP from somewhere. I mean 1 mil up. So I will probably coup with Romanian application. It's a perfect card to do it with. There is no chance I will discard South America with Kennedy because unfortunately he got that card. But there's a slight chance I might get rid of it with my men in Tehran if I'm allowed to play it. For example, next turn if I draw it. So that's a chance I may hold on to. Let's go for Southeast African states because it's a one stability country, so 1 up is enough to get a result there. Of course, he has blockade. I don't have any free ups. I didn't get any during the turn. So he can take my West Germany away, and he can get Liberation Theology as well. I guess he will put 2 influence into Mexico, and I will just fix Mexico. That's all. Cool. What do we have here? Oh, looks like a decent hand. Doesn't have Junta, doesn't have ABM, but it has Brashore. It has Voice, which is also kind of good. It has Middle East, which sucks. It has US Japan, which is cool. Nixon is decent as well. Cultural is not bad, I think. Yeah, overall it's a pretty decent hand. It has some good cards to work with. And we get to see his headline, that's another perk. I suspect Brezhnev. Or Missile Envy, and Missile Envy would actually be very good for him. I mean, it would force me to either use US Japan as a headline, which sucks, or to defect it, which is also like not very good. Especially when I really could hold defectors for another turn here. Cultural is absolutely playable. Oh my god, you know I have defectors. Okay. But absolutely the reason I have been holding for defectors this whole time. So I'm absolutely ready to say that it paid off. Interesting. So he has to do something, probably Angola. And what then? Oh my goodness, that's so fucking bad. Sure, take it. Have fun with it. I think he still goes for Angola though. Like, what else is he gonna go for? Or I guess he could go for Iran or Egypt. In theory, I think it's a worse play, but it plays into an unscored region, which unfortunately I have. So I guess he could do that. Yeah, and that's just enough, I guess. I don't think. I mean, I will obviously try fighting for it, since Muslim Ref is gone. But if he wants to take it, he will. And I have nothing to say. He just needs a free up. Okay, he uses Quack to take Egypt, I guess. Sure, before I do anything else, I think I will enter West Germany with cultural, mainly because I want to get rid of it before he plays China. Yeah. Of course, this is all kind of risky, because if he has South America scoring, he's going to drop it now, and then I won't get the chance to use Brush War to defend it against his control. Uh, but, well, the thing is that if I want to fight for South America, I probably want to start doing things that really are going to bait the China card out of him. And I don't really want to do that, because then it would stack me with Cultural Revolution, an unplayable card. So I guess I'm going to like hope that he either doesn't have South America or that he has it and he's tempted to go to West Germany that I have just entered and fight for it at least a little bit. So I get the chance to use Brush War on Venezuela. And also this play kind of looks like I don't have a Brush War, because I would probably want to use it in Venezuela if I had it. So it's kind of a, maybe I'm overthinking. It's possible that I am wrong. Okay, so he doesn't score it. There's a chance he just doesn't have it. Uh, okay, let's just. Okay, so now I'm tempted to not do it again. I'm tempted to use Voice of America. I don't think I should though. I think I should use Voice of America on AR6 and throw up Middle East at AR7. So I will just use Brush War on Venezuela now. Okay, that works. That's good. That was a really important role. Mm. Then I will use Nixon. Then I will use John Paul. No, that would be too late. No, yeah. Then I will use Nixon. Then I will use John Paul, both for event. Then I will use Voice of America to take him out of Middle East battlegrounds. And, well, whatever he does, I will have to score Middle East on my last AR. The point of this whole shenanigans being that I want to take away his China card, so after my Voice of America on AR6, he may be stuck with nothing to repair his Middle East domination. That's probably not gonna happen though. I mean, he just needs a 2-up. But even if I, like, take away 2 VPs from him, it's still something I will go for. There are two things though that complicate the matter, and one of those is that I could use Voice of America sooner to get him out of Brazil, and that's probably something I have to do. Second is that West Germany is wide open. Okay, he plays really well against that though, so that's not something I can do anymore. So now I will probably play Nixon for Ops. And I can do it now and play the Ops to West Germany, since China is gone. I guess. Of course, like, 2 VPs is not nothing. but I don't think it's good enough, and it's still before the reshuffle, so I can play the Nixon card for ops, and it will still come back somewhere later during the game, probably. He got that too, sure. What do you go for? Okay, and I mean, fortunately, that doesn't kick me out of Venezuela, which would be a terrible, terrible thing. Uh, okay, let's even John Paul to open some ways that I can win in Europe during the late war, since Warsaw Pact is gone. Spaces, okay. Let's stick to the Middle Eastern plan. Five-year plan? Okay, let's go for that. No, let's go for that. No, let's go for that. He can't realign me now anyway. He has to fix his Middle East problems. So I guess I will use this opportunity to at least put my foot in Argentina for now. Of course, he will take that. Alright. Okay. That's some seriously good news. I didn't expect that. Wait, that's actually really good. Jesus. I wasn't prepared for that view. And the cards I redrew are actually Missile Envy, Voice of America, and Olympic Games. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Not gonna lie. So, and we still get to see his headline. The cards we know are Southeast Asia scoring, South America scoring, of course, Colonial Rearguards, Our Men in Tehran, Allende, and Latin American Death Squads. Not an impressive hand. Ironically enough, I don't even see any card that is above 2 ops. So I have no idea what I can get with Missile LP. Like, it's possible I get Latin American Death Squads. If I purge him, he may have only 1 ops, so Missile and value won't be that huge. I probably don't. Well, purge is questionable here because, of course, on one hand, he gets even to play with even less ops, so that puts him in a pretty desperate position. And he can't space Men in Tehran or Colonial Rearguards, so he's stuck with both of those cards, and he's going to give at least one of them to me, which is pretty good. On the other hand, half of the cards I know he has are not affected by it. He has 2 scorings and Allende, which don't care about the Red Scare. Second cover is a premium headline, of course. However, it's probably not as good since Argentina is open. So perhaps the best I could do is like take 2 from Argentina and like, I don't know, 2 from Brazil maybe, and see what he does. But he probably has to Cuban as well, and he may succeed. However, if I play Duck, he just realigns Argentina, and if I play Purge, then I actually have no idea what he does then. What if I just don't drop Defcon and allow him to do whatever he wants? What does he do then? does he like Angola and lets me take Argentina? There's also the possibility that he just headlines South America scoring, and that would be funny as hell because he has no idea what I have for South America. So if he does that, then it's really lucky for me. I mean, it's even more lucky for me that I got voice back than it is already. And it's a serious option. However, I think he would rather headline Allende than South American scoring. It's kind of complicated. And there is always the option to just go with Missile Envy and Shot in the Dark. Even if I get a 2-up, then at least I know that the cards he got are at most 2-ups. Hmm. I could always just go for voice and take 2 from Argentina, 2 from Chile, and even if he coups Venezuela successfully, then I just play the Purge into Chile and equalize South America. Whoa, that's what he does. Alright, so what could I do? So if I wanted to be mean, I could do something like this, which is 3 VPs, but it doesn't grant me much more than that. So it's probably bad. A reasonable option that is somewhat similar to that is doing that, I guess. And Dark and Red Scare are still on the table, of course. Missile Envy is still on the table. Like, what if I get something big with Missile Envy? Then I probably, like, what do I do? Do I go Brazil? Like, go for Uruguay and Argentina? I probably go for Uruguay and Argentina, right? I would love to take 1 from Indonesia, 2 from Argentina, and 1 from Chile. The only problem is that then I need 5 ops to take 5 ops to take Chile, and I don't have a 5 op card in hand, so that doesn't help me fight for South America. I think I may just ignore Southeast Asia, which sucks. Taking 1 from Laos is so good, because it threatens me taking it and later on having a really stable domination in Asia. Much better than it is now. But I don't think I can afford that. So I think I'm just ignoring Southeast Asia scoring and I'm just going for Argentina and Chile. And well, I hope it works. Yeah, I think that's the most responsible thing I have to do. I don't know. I kind of feel like there has to be something better here, but I just can't see it. Or maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just overthinking everything. A good question is, what do I do if he plays a 4-up into Chile and Paraguay now? No, he just goes, okay, so whatever. Oh, if that was a 1, that would have been so huge. Of course, that would have been just lucky for me, but... Okay, I have to take Chile now. It's not optional. Okay, he just takes Argentina. What can I get for Miss Lenby? Any free ops are decent, I guess. I mean, some of them are not, but none of them are bad. Because I have duck and cover. Can I get any tubes that kill me? No, not really. Okay, let's try it, I guess. There's not much I can lose. I even have Olympic Games in my hand, so I can't really get Olympic Games Defcon guild, which is good. It's European Unrest. Not exactly my favorite card here, but it's also not that bad, since after I played John Paul for the event, his situation in Europe is not as stable as he would like it to be, for sure. So I won't complain about that. Yeah, but Colombia plays pretty obvious. I have to respond to that with a coup, and I will. And fortunately, the roll is not that bad, so my situation in South America remains stable. However, his situation in Central America would not be stable if I captured Costa Rica now. So do I do that? He has Allende and two cards he wants to space and something else. So if I go to Costa Rica now, it may really cause some problems. And I'm probably going to play that and cover for ops anyway. So I can just as well do it now and take Costa Rica and like overprotect Italy so I'm not scared of reformer and socialist governments. That makes sense. That just makes sense. Let's go. The reason why I'm not going to hold back in cover is because I don't want to give him the China card for sure. That's not what I'm going to do. And Brezhnev is just going to be my AR7. Camp David is going to be played. I have two red cards that I don't want to give him, which are Che and Suez Crisis. I'm going to space one of them, and the second one is going to be played. Okay, that's really bad for me. I mean, okay, it's not that bad for me, but it's really annoying that he's going to get away with Colonial Rearguards and our men in Tehran. He's just going to discard them, or space, I guess. But the good news, I guess, is that I get to realign him out of Panama, hopefully. And that's a good roll, so I'm not going to complain. He's going to discard colonials now, yep. And now he's left with Armen, Tehran, and Allende. And I think that's okay if I give him Brezhnev now. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Let's go. Whoa, that worked. That's good. That's good. Uh, let's try to realign him out of Guatemala, and if I succeed, I can try Mexico. Okay, that doesn't work. So I'm not going to try it once more, I think. Nigeria is maybe I will. Okay, that's not much, but it's honest work. So now he has to play Allende or Men in Tehran. The reason why I don't mind giving him Brezhnev is because Allende is kind of worth 2 ops anyway, if he events it, because I own Chile, so eventing Allende is good. And our man in Tehran is something he wants to space, so if he gets Brezhnev and thanks to it he doesn't space our man in Tehran, then I'm absolutely fine with it. Uses Allende for ops, which is cool. He doesn't get anything out of it. I mean, he temporarily does my domination in Asia, in Africa, but that's acceptable. And I just sent Che to space. Yes, and I fail. Okay, not bad. And that's a not bad. Okay, it's pretty bad actually. To be fair, there are some big numbers here, but other than that, it's pretty terrible. There are just too many terrible cards here, and I think I have to play China card this turn, which hurts a lot. Yeah, sure, you do that. So now an evil empire, my only reasonable headline is not even a reasonable headline anymore because the Pakistani war is gone. Do I go for it anyway, or maybe I just headline Middle East scoring because it's not going to get better, and I hope I don't lose to like war games or something like that. There is no way I discarded with Kennedy because Kennedy is gone, so I guess I can just get rid of it anyway. At least he failed the war, which is, well, it would have been tragic if he won that war, so that's a good news that he didn't succeed. He got that third time? Come on, I really need that card. Can you give it to me? Jesus. Alright. I'm really puzzled. I don't know what to give him and what to keep. All those events are just so bad. Alright, so NATO is the only... No, Evil Empire is also a blue card. So I guess those two are fine. Will Barry is of course a Defcon Suicide, I can't play that. And Iranian Hostage Crisis is absolutely abysmal. It's so bad. So I can't play that. So I space one of those, hold the other one, and give him Swiss Pershing Liberation and Marine Barracks? I guess. It's not like I have anything to say about it. Africa doesn't look like I'm able to reverse it anyway. I will start by spacing Blueberry. That's something I want to do this turn for sure, so I can just as well do it now. I don't need to keep it for any more. I don't need to keep it any longer because I know that Missile Andy is gone, so I will not trap him this way. So I will just get rid of it. He spaces Star Wars. It's really bad that he got them. But maybe he has some problems thanks to it. Well, okay, to be fair, if he had any problems thanks to it, then he would have not played UN intervention with uh, Cal, so he doesn't have any problems. Which is a sad reality. Let's give him Marine Barracks bombing because no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't let him get away with our man in Tehran. So I'm not playing that until he plays man in Tehran. Uh, let's play NATO. No, I don't want to get rid of NATO yet. Okay, let's do something like this. Of course, I'm trying to set up an acceptable circumstance in which I can give him liberation theology and not die of cringe, looking at what it allows him to do. To be fair, it's not that bad of a card for me now. I have a pretty decent grasp over Central American battlegrounds, so the chances of him flipping Central America with liberation theology are not that significant. Please just give me my men in Tehran. Please. Thank you! He heard me. He heard my call. Alright. Reformer is gone. Socialists are gone, absolutely. And one small step is gone. And because socialists are gone, the Iron Lady is gone as well, probably? Because I don't want him to have access to this additional op in Argentina. And Central is not scored, and South America is scored, so Junta goes out as well. Okay. None of those cards were, like, really scary. Maybe with the exception of Reformer. Not all of them were kind of annoying, so it's... Yeah, yeah, I think it's fine. It was a fine event of my man in Tehran. And thanks to him having it played, now I can get rid of my Lebanon influence with Marine Barracks bombing and it will be just fine. Yeah, I think. Yeah, yeah, since he leads with 1 point, that Reformer is really not something I want to see. Yeah, let's resolve it right away. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go to Jordan. I'm going to Jordan instead of Israel because, first of all, I want him to capture Lebanon if he's interested in that. Second of all, I'm going to play Suez Crisis for an event. I mean, I'm going to let him resolve it. So, yeah. So, I I can make it as predictable as it is humanly possible with me not being present in Israel. Now I can. Hmm. I want to use Liberation to coup probably Botswana. So, or Uruguay is actually a better target. I can even use NATO to coup Uruguay. It's not a bad idea. Uh, okay, let's resolve Liberation first, I think. I suspect he will just go two to Panama and one to Cuba. Not that it gives him any chance of retaining that. Okay, sure, you can do that as well. It's just to be as annoying as possible. Of course, he concluded that if he did that, I would just realign him. But I think he should have taken that chance. He should have. Jesus. He should have baited me into realigning him, I think. Uh. Okay. Okay, let's call Uruguay. That's potentially a good way to secure my final scoring victory that I hope I will be able to achieve. Okay, he just responds but gives me no rad. That's good. Now I have my mill-ops, so I don't have to worry about that. So now let's resolve Pershing, because that's going to happen anyway, and I will have to respond to that somehow. So the sooner it resolves, the more time I will have to prepare for what's coming. I wouldn't be surprised if he went for something like with Germany, France, and Canada to discourage me from activating NORAD. And I think if he does that, he will succeed in his goal. I don't think I'm going to pursue NORAD forever. That's not a good choice, I think. Going for Italy is not understandable. Socialists are gone and Reformer is gone. There's no way he. Unless he wants to. I don't know. Maybe he wants to prepare Italy for like a double break with a 4-up, but that's probably not something that is ever going to happen. So I don't agree with this play. Okay, let's go for Suez and go into turn 9. Whoa, okay. Those are interesting. Oh my god, that's not interesting. Go away. I don't want to see your ugly face. Please. Jesus Christ. Eldritch Ames is not the card I wanted to see. Alright, let's go for Grain Sales because he surely got the CIA, right? So he's either going to discard nuclear subs or US Japan, and I don't know which one it is. If he discards nuclear subs, it really hints that he doesn't have CIA. If he discards US Japan, it doesn't really hint to anything because it's probably just the correct choice, but I hope he won't make, but he probably will make, to be fair. Because, like, I have a Glasnost, which also doesn't really go well with nuclear subs, and I don't really have many cards that I can just freely spend to coup with. And if he if he takes away my US Japan, then nuclear subs is even worse because I have even less cards that I can coup with. I I'm getting a free African coup anyway because I got grain sales. I'm not convinced that he will take nuclear subs. I think he just takes away my US Japan Mutual Defense Pact and he's happy that he took my only 4-up. I mean, unless you can come Glasnost, which is surprisingly good in this case, especially when Reformer is gone. So that's another value that I get from discarding the Reformer with my many Tehran, I guess. Just oh, so maybe he's considering whether he wants to take away US Japan or Glasnost, not actually even considering nuclear subs. That's actually a really interesting thing because Glasnost may actually be a better card in this case for me than US Japan, and I think that's actually the case. The, the downside, the two downsides are first that it gives him two OTPs, and secondly that it is only good if I coup something, and it's not good if I want to just spend ops for influence somewhere. But other than that, it lets me coup, which is huge, especially when I have Africa. It activates NORAD, which is potentially annoying, especially in South Korea with China in my hand. Yeah, I think he may just discard Glasnost actually. Or at least I think that's what he's thinking about, because he's thinking a lot. Okay, I think that's a mistake. I'm really glad he took that away. Of course, I'm going to coup Angola with it. Oh, that's a huge roll for me, and I'm really, really happy that it worked. Mm. Oh, of course, I could do that because Cambridge 5 is not a late war card. Oh my god, now I'm facing a dilemma. Because I could theoretically just grab South Korea now, thanks to NORAD being a thing. But I could also. No, don't do that. I didn't want to do that. But I probably shouldn't. Or I could just break it and go for like something like this. And if he wants to stop me now, he pretty much has to coup. Or maybe he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't. Well, I think I will just go for it anyway. Summit, cool. Okay. Whoa, okay. That's a significant miss. Because it allows me to just drop Africa. My heart is screaming that I should play the China card into South Korea, but I don't think I want to do it. I could also use Glasnost to coup Nigeria immediately, but I think it's all just overthinking and trying to be smart and greedy at the same time. I don't think I should do any of those. I think I should just drop this then Africa and be done with it and get those four juicy VPs in the late war and be in a honestly good position. And well, now he's probably going to fix South Korea, and then I will proceed with my last coup of something. I have not decided what that will be yet. Shuttle. Okay, that's interesting, considering the fact that uh, Asia is yet to be scored. So now, even if he captures Japan, then it still doesn't grant him uh, Asia domination. Now I can space a Uranian hostage crisis. That's good. That's a really good reason for me to use China card this turn, by the way, and let him have it for the last turn, which technically is not a good thing, but it lets me get so much value from my discard. Okay, Cameroon. Now it seems that I should use Glasnost to coup Nigeria anyway, but then again, if he coups Saharan states in response and it rolls well, I will probably lose it to realignments. The other option is overprotecting Brazil. That's a more risky one. Okay, so to coup Brazil successfully, I need at least a 4. To coup Nigeria successfully, I need at least a 3. That's not that big of a difference. I think I will just go for Brazil. Okay, that's not enough in either case, so I'm not mad about that. I mean, so that I mean, I'm sad that it didn't work, but it's not because of my poor decision, it's just because of the die. Not to complain though, he got much less luck in that regard this turn. Especially in Angola. Okay, he goes for Brazil and South Korea, that's fine. Technically I could... Yeah, I'm not giving him the China card, come on. I could technically still die to Defcon, thanks to Ortega being a thing. So I'm probably going to just give him all the cards. So I can start with South African unrest and just give it to him one by one. Deagle is much scarier than South African unrest. Oh, he gives me solidarity, that's fine. 1 to Japan, 1 to Poland, or 2 to Poland? Probably 2 to Poland, right? Yep. So here you go, sir, your decal. Angola, Algeria, Indonesia, and Saharan? No, he goes for Thailand. I don't think that's a correct one. He probably can't take Thailand away from me anyway. I think Indonesia was much scarier. It would really demand my reaction, because the country count in Asia is not as safe as it could be. Okay, he just goes for more countries in Africa, and he's of course preparing to realign Zaire after he cuts me out of Algeria. So I think I will overprotect Angola. So I will overprotect Angola over overprotecting Thailand. I think is a reasonable thing to do, because if Angola falls, then basically Zaire falls as well. Okay, that's a really decent hand. It has Ortega, but it's manageable, and I have China, so I don't care. It has Central, which is my best scoring. It has Turn Down with the Wall, which is a good way to deny him the Angolan coup, and it threatens Europe, which is always good, and it turns off the Willy Brandt card, which I happened to draw as well, so it's harmless ban. It's just a really good card here. So I think I will be able to just safely deliver. Whoa, okay, that's not a problem because I have China. And he probably can't really do much more than that. So I'm fine. Okay, let's go for third down. Of course, the risk is that he discards Central thanks to it, but I think playing third down for event and denying him the coup in Angola is worth more than potential gain from Central. And so I will just do that and cool. Is Germany and discard something, whatever. That's also the reason why you should always try to play Cultural Revolution, even if it sometimes prevents you from using Brutal immediately. By the way, I'm still not claiming that was a correct play by me. I'm not sure, but this situation kind of illustrates why it's so important for me to get rid of Cultural Revolution, because if he had Cultural Revolution in his hand now and he played it for event, I'm just losing the game. I have nothing to do. I'm just going to give him Ortega and I'm dead. So the fact that Cultural Revolution is good is so huge here. Muslim ref. Okay. He takes that bank and he threatens Japan. Both of those are not very significant, so let's score Central before he does something about it. He drops Asia. That's, he's basically giving up now. I mean, I'm not claiming that he could have done something better. It's just over now. I shouldn't. I'm not going to make fun of him. Especially because he played well. This was a good game. I still think that Aldrich Ames use was a mistake, but I'm not really convinced about it because he thought about his decision for a long time and he's a really good player, so he may just see something I don't, or he probably had his reasons to do what he did, but I personally think that taking out nuclear subs there was a mistake. Was a mistake. Yeah, doesn't matter much.
Yay! What a glorious victory. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this game, and I will see you next time.